We are going to see Travis Hunter play both sides of the ball this weekend, according to his head coach, Liam Cohen. Jags hosting the Steelers on Saturday night. Hunter told Pete Prisco last week at Jags camp he wants to play 100-plus combined snaps. And even a guy like Prisco, who originally said, no, it's never going to happen. You got to pick one side of the ball. Even he says, yeah, Hunter is going to play both sides of the ball, and he's going to succeed in doing so. But we are going to hear from Davante Adams in just a second, who says that that might be a mistake. And Trevor Lawrence basically saying, pick a side and pick my side.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Obviously, he's playing a little bit of both ways, and he's so talented, man. It's hard to keep him off the field. Selfishly, yeah, I definitely want him on offense more. It's almost like, do you want to come catch touchdowns, or you want to maybe break up a pass or two a game? Like, you know, that's the decision you got to make. So now he'll make plays no matter where he's at, honestly. And of course, as a quarterback, I hope he plays more offense. But you know, wherever he needs to play to make our team better, because he will make us better, is what's going to happen. So all for whatever.
I don't even think it's possible to do for real, not at a high level, and then go in there. It's hard enough to go cover a punt and then be on, you know, one side, you know, and I haven't done it. I'm not acting like I'm on kickoff or punt, but I can see the dudes, and I know, you know, you got your guys, and you see the yardage of my yardage over the game versus somebody that starts on offense and then plays special teams as well. Like, that's just a lot of mileage, man. And I don't know how long. I'm not even concerned so much if he can do it over the course of a game or a season. It's more like, how long is his career going to be if he's playing that many snaps? Because all you're doing is doubling your risk for injury, one. Right. And I don't wish any of that on him. I hope that he can play an injury-free season and go ball out. But, I mean, that's just the reality. The more you're on the field, it's already 100% injury guarantee. Yeah. You know, once you get out there playing both sides, and now you got to tackle. Yep. You got to tackle Derrick Henry.
Rams scheduled to play the Jaguars in London this upcoming season, so maybe we'll get to see Hunter trying to lock down Davante Adams if he does play the defensive side and both sides of the ball. Leger Douzable is here. Like everybody else, Leger just played one side of the ball in the NFL. Do you think this would be a mistake for the Jags to allow him to play both sides?
To be honest with you, Has, right now it doesn't matter. And you know why I say that? Because what was the purpose of giving up the draft capital you gave up to move up to get Travis Hunter, just 3 spots? You gave up a first-round pick, a future first-round pick, a second-round pick, and a fourth-round pick for him to play both sides of the football. So if he is only going to play one side of the football, you don't give up that type of draft capital. Now, I hear what Davante Adams is saying and how the old saying goes, right? You can be master of one thing and good at many, or you can be good at a lot of things and master at none. And I think that's the concern when you look at Travis Hunter, right? When I go back to evaluating his college tape, one of the things that I saw when he was on the offensive side, he wasn't a crisp route runner. And to me, that shows because he wasn't able to hone in on just that side of the football. He had to get ready to go to defensive meetings and play on the defensive side of the ball. He just has natural instincts on the defensive side, which I think he's going to be an all-star corner, but he has elite athleticism and ball skills, which translates to him being a good receiver. So to me, I know everybody's up in arms saying, well, he's not going to be able to do this, the wear and tear on the body, and he does have a history of being injured. Let's not forget, his freshman year at Jackson State, missed 4 games. His first year at Colorado, missed 3 games. Dealt with a shoulder injury last year. A lot of that goes into wear and tear and playing on both sides of the ball. But it doesn't matter because they gave up that draft capital for Travis Hunter to play both sides of the football.
All right, they play Saturday in their first preseason game against the Steelers. As we look at the games coming up over the next couple of days, we'll get 3 tonight, 3 tomorrow. Here are the games tonight. We'll get to see Anthony Richardson start for the Colts. He's in that battle with Daniel Jones. We will see Joe Burrow play several series, according to Zach Taylor, as the Bengals look to start off quicker this season than they have the last 3 years, 0-6 in weeks 1 and 2 combined in the regular season. And then on Friday, let's highlight Commanders and Patriots. Jayden Daniels is not going to play, but Drake Maye is. A couple of guys heading into their second seasons. These two teams have had joint practices, and I I don't know. You get caught up sometimes in these joint practices. A couple of beat writers are going head-to-head here. JP says, I get the Pats aren't the 85 Bears, but the Commanders' O-line has looked terrific. And then Chad says that basically the Patriots have dominated. They've been better than the Commanders on both sides of the ball. Good day for the Pats. Leger, what kind of competition is it when you get these joint practices? What's it like for the players?
Yeah, Has, everything gets ratcheted up. It's almost like a preseason game, and you see a lot of these coaches kind of treating this like a preseason game because they're not allowing their frontline starters to play in some of those preseason games. So there's going to be scripted work, but there's also going to be work that's not scripted. It's going to be game-like atmosphere, and then also you never know the tempo that guy across from you is playing. So you always want to play at a high level and also play with intensity because you can get exposed out there, and that's the last thing you want to do because not only are you representing yourself, you're representing the name on the front of the jersey, the team, and your teammates. So, like, when you look at these cross practices and you're seeing there's a precipice on certain coaches putting a little bit more emphasis on those in the preseason game because they treat those in regards to getting their first stringers and their frontline players ready for the regular season.
Leger, let's look at the two quarterbacks entering their second seasons with really high expectations. Jayden Daniels, of course, was incredible as a rookie, led his team to within one win of the Super Bowl. Drake Maye, I wouldn't say incredible, but really good, and they have a lot of faith in him moving forward as the franchise quarterback, but I feel like Daniels is starting at a higher spot than Maye is this year. Who's going to make the higher jump this season?
So it's tough because, like you said, Has, Jayden Daniels may have had, and I'm not going to say may have had, he had the greatest rookie season we've ever seen. You talked about it being the #2 overall pick. Usually you're getting picked #2 because the previous year your team wasn't good. And you see the ranks right there, all-time rookie, first in wins, first in total touchdowns, and first in total yards. So it's going to be tough for Jayden Daniels to take a bigger step than that. I mean, the only thing that would make it a bigger step is if he gets past the NFC Championship game and gets into the Super Bowl. Honestly believe Drake Maye, we saw spurts, you talked about it, Have spurts of brilliance from Drake Maye last year. Now, one of the biggest issues for him was his offensive line last year was abysmal. Now, they've tried to rectify that as well. There still are some concerns there, but he got hit entirely too much, but he showed his toughness, and that's what I really love. I love what Mike Vrabel and this team has done to surround Drake Maye with weapons, not only on the offensive line, but Stefon Diggs on the outside. But they refortified that defense. This is probably going to be a defensive-led team. And as a young quarterback, it's refreshing to know that I don't have to go out there and do it all by myself. Now, we saw at times Jayden Daniels go and do that last year, but for Drake Maye, I believe he takes a bigger leap. Just because Jayden Daniels played so out of his mind last year, for him to take a significant leap would mean literally being a Super Bowl champion.
Let's go to Jayden Daniels in that offense for the Commanders, which added Deebo Samuel, but you've got the Terry McLaurin hold-in going on. We talked with Logan Ryan, one of our colleagues here yesterday, and he says that, yes, this is a big distraction when big names hold out or hold in. What kind of an impact could this have on the Commanders' offense?
Yeah, you just worry about continuity if a deal eventually does get done. Say it's like a CeeDee Lamb thing where it happens right before the season. And Scary Terry, who is the #1 receiver for the Commanders, has not been out there with Jayden Daniels. They obviously had a nice rapport. He was #2 in the NFL in all receiving touchdowns behind only Jamar Chase, who won the Triple Crown, had his first All-Pro year. And then it's not just what he does on the field. It's the intangibles of what Scary Terry brings is in the form of leadership. I vividly remember going back to his rookie year when it was the NFC lease, and they won that division with a losing record. I remember right before the bye, they won a game, and Scary Terry was a 3rd-round pick. He gets in front of the whole team and says, remember how this feels. Like, everybody needs to remember how this feels. Make sure you take care of your body, do what you need to do so we can go in that stretch run. And you see Ron Rivera kind of look at him crazy like, who is this 3rd-round rookie? Well, the next week when he came back, they voted him in as a captain. That shows you the leadership skills that he brings to that team. So not only the continuity on the field, but you miss the guy in the locker room. And yes, he's there, but it's not the same if you're not participating in practice and around the guys 24/7.
All right, moving over to the other side of the ball. And again, we are going to see Drake Maye in this preseason game. Won't see Jayden Daniels, but Maye is going to play as the Patriots take on the Commanders. What are you more bullish on, the Patriots offense or a defense that's been revamped and now Mike Vrabel, the head coach, after they took a real dip last season?
100% the defense. They may have the best tandem at corner, and I know Christian Gonzalez is banged up with a hamstring, but him and Carlton Davis will be competing to be one of the best tandems at the cornerback position. You see the additions at the bottom right there. Harold Landry. I talked about Carlton Davis. Milton Williams, a Super Bowl champ who just came over for the Philadelphia Eagles. And then you add in the factor that Mike Vrabel's a defensive-minded coach. So this defense at times played well for the Patriots last year, but they've refortified it, retooled. Another name on that list that I really love, Robert Spillane. And if you didn't watch the Las Vegas Raiders, you may not know who Robert Spillane is, but he's one of those unheralded players at the linebacking position. Also, we talked about how they refortified the offensive line. But this will be a team, especially in the beginning of the year, it will be led by its defense, which is also the mantra of their head coach, who's a defensive-minded guy.
Leger Douzable, also a defensive-minded guy, with us here on CBS Sports HQ. 1 month to the opening Sunday on CBS and Paramount Plus. The Patriots will be on CBS 1 Eastern against the Raiders. You can watch your games local and live on Paramount Plus.